Dick and Boonies podcast. Richard, come together again. We're all about the liquor and the tasty gems. We would like to invite you in the silly minds we live in. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
King to-dung, king to-dung, king to-dung, king to-dung, king to-dung, king to-dung, king to-dung. Here we go. Life is a blast when you know what you're doing, but you know what you're doing before your life get ruined. Life is a thrill when your skill is developed. If you ain't got a skill or trade, then shut the hell up. Hi, my name is Richard Carlise. I'm one half of the Dick and Boonies podcast. And it's gonna be a weird one because I have no co-host. Yeah! Yay! Cameron is dealing with a situation at home, and I found out about 2.5 hours ago that he was not gonna be able to make the podcast. He did, however, say yesterday that it was a possibility. But I for sure thought that he would be here. So I am going to do a solo episode because I can't miss a single week or my OCD will flare up and there will be problems inside my head. So what we're going to do is, first and foremost, we're going to talk about the pimple that is in my butt crack that is making it really uncomfortable for me to sit right now. And I don't know if you've ever had a butt pimple. For some reason, they are way more painful than any other pimple I've ever had anywhere else on my body. Now, regular butt pimples are fine. I deal with those regularly because I sit all fucking day and I have a little butt acne. It's fine. I just don't make porno videos from the back. I just do it. I just cut it from the front. And that's okay. This one happens to be in my butt crack, and it's so sore that every single movement I make, it feels like something's biting me in the butt crack. That's what it feels like. It feels like something's biting me aggressively in the butt crack. And as a driver, it sucks. So that's what's sort of happening at the moment. I do. So Taylor, are we gonna be able to get the video that I sent you, or is that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that gonna work?
Yeah. Give me a minute.
Okay. So I'll give you 5 minutes because I'm gonna tell this story. So the other day, actually, you know what? I'm gonna tell 2 stories because 2 fucking great things have happened to me in the last couple of years, and I want to share them with you. And they have to do with piece of shit drivers on the road. Now, I'm a pretty chill driver. And no, it's the truth. I really am. I'm a pretty chill driver, especially when I'm working. I'm super chill. But that is sort of translated into my normal driving at this point. So I'm a pretty chill driver, right? So I'm on the freeway, not in a company truck, just driving my car. I am in the carpool lane. I have my children in the car with me, and I'm going 75 miles per hour in a 70 mile per hour zone, okay? And I'm just cruising along at a regular clip. I see in my rear view mirror, mind you, the freeway is not packed, okay? There's nobody really on the freeway. It is freely moving. What was that? Was that me? Okay, we'll get there. You guys got a little taster before it was time. So basically, I'm cruising, right? I'm cruising on the freeway. Everything's fine. It's not really packed, not much going on. And some fucking asshole just comes right up to my back bumper. Just right on top of me. And I'm looking around going, hey, dude, let's just go right around. There's nobody else out here. Go right around. Is Ben able to do the switcher? Hey, Ben. Ben, can you run the switcher at least?
Yeah, sit right here. Yeah.
So you guys are going on this journey with us. Oh, okay. So real quickly,
hey,
Nick is gone. So we're all aware of this. So Nick left us on the last episode. He had some personal things that doing the podcast wouldn't allow him. Ben, do you want to take this seat right here? And then, because I don't know what camera angle we've been going with, but if you see me, Ben, if I'm looking over here, switch to that one, and if I look over here, switch to that one, and if I'm just all over the place, you just switch to whatever you want. Can you see? Yeah. Okay, so you guys are going on this journey with us, because today is the first day of having Taylor basically is like the technician. He's the pseudo producer of the show at this point. My brother Ben is also here. He's going to sort of be helping with some technical stuff. So the team has changed a little bit, and we are sort of running things. We have a different mixer now, so if it sounds a little bit more crisp, that's because we have purchased a more upgraded mixer that is a digital mixer. It's not like the old one that we had with the, what's the fucking other thing called?
The Behringer.
The Behringer. What is that? What does it do?
The Black Magic.
Yeah, what is it called? Interface.
Interface.
Yeah, so we don't have an interface. We have 3-in-1 basically happening on our new mixer. And we were having a little bit of an issue when we started this podcast with having a bit of a hum throughout every single episode. So if we stopped talking, you could hear a bit of a hum. And it seems as though we have fixed that situation with this new mixer. If you hear anything, it's because we have the air conditioner blasting like a motherfucker, and that's what you would be hearing. But other than that, I can just tell in my headphones.
Sounds really good. Huh?
Sounds so good.
Sounds
oh
good
my
too.
God. Okay. So, so Cameron's not here. Nick's not here. We have Coach Taylor and Benjamin Heckman, who's my brother. He's the one with the giant penis. If you forgot, that's him. So basically, I'm on the freeway, okay? And this cocksucker is all up on my shit. And I've got kids in the car. And if I was solo, I think things probably would have been a little bit different. I might have gotten a bit of a tood going. But in this case, I had my children in the car. So I was like, I was like, fuck this guy. And so I just stayed going 70 miles per hour on the freeway, okay? So this guy is riding me. And I didn't even really acknowledge the guy. I just keep my face going forward. I'm just like, I can see you, cocksucker, go around me. He didn't want to go around me. He's trying to prove a point or whatever the fuck he was trying to do. And he whizzes past me. Probably goes, I would say, in the realm of 100 miles per hour. Remember, nobody on the freeway. There was absolutely zero reason this cocksucker needed to be doing this. And he whoosh, whips around me, right? I kind of had my eye focused on this cocksucker the whole time, so I wasn't really sort of scanning the whole road. Right at that moment, there was a police officer. Watt apparently saw the entire thing. This guy who was tailgating me also didn't see the police officer. When he whizzed past me at 100 miles per hour, the cop immediately pulled him over within like 5 seconds, and I got to look the guy right in the eye and just go like this as he's getting pulled over, and I'm just doing this little dance going It was absolutely so satisfying. It was one of the most satisfying things that has ever happened when I'm out on the road. The other day, a similar thing happened. I had just dropped my children off at school. I had dropped Charlie off at daycare, and I was coming down Indian School, which at the time was being repaved. So for the last week, the construction has been insane on Indian School Road because they're repaving. So they're blocking. It's basically squeezing everything in, right? So if you're familiar with this intersection, I'll tell you what intersection it is. And if you're one of our Canadian listeners, I'll explain what the road situation is like. Basically, it goes from 3 lanes, then it goes into one of the lanes becomes a turn lane, right? The other 2 lanes go across the intersection. This is at 64th Street and Indian School. Okay, going west on Indian School. 3 lanes, one of the lanes becomes a turn lane. The other 2 basically go across the intersection. But at this time, right across the intersection, it got squeezed into one lane because of the construction. Okay, so we're doing this. Everybody is minding their P's and Q's at this point. We're all going regular speeds. Everything's fine. And I could see in my rear view mirror that there's a guy just going all the lanes to just get one car ahead and causing all these little issues. Another car ahead. And I can see all this happening in my rear view mirror, right? This guy finally, I'm getting up to the intersection, and this fucking cocksucker just whips right in front of me, almost creates an accident. And it freaked me out, and I started to get like I was like, oh God. And I got angry, and I was kind of scared. And, but I just sort of let it go. And because there were so many cars packed in, he couldn't really go very far, so I could keep my little eye on him. But he kept trying to get in front of cars, and he was driving off that. In construction zones, there's usually a lot of police. That motherfucker, he got nailed. And so I followed him because I thought that this was the greatest thing I'd ever seen, because he was gonna cause an accident, and the police officer pulled him over. Do you have the clip? Yep. Is it up? Okay, go ahead and show it. I took this video because I followed them, and they went off into a little side street. Go ahead and play it.
Justice is being served. This guy right here, who's being questioned by the police, was driving like an absolute maniac on Indian School Road. And I was like, holy shit, he's gonna cause an accident. And then about 2 seconds later, whoop, whoop. You fucking asshole.
So I had to take that little video because it was so satisfying. Both of these instances was one of the most, like, you know how just injustice is happening constantly every day? There's cocksuckers here. There's a total fucking Karen over there. There's a little shit kid bitching and moaning about, and nothing really ever happens. These are the two instances that have been probably the most satisfying of my life, as far as like actually, you know, one guy tailgating me. I have my kids in my car. I can't retaliate because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to bring the kids into, I'll flip people off. Like, I got no problem flipping people off with my kids in the car. They sort of know that that's what I do. My dad used to do it, so I do it. And they're okay with that, but screaming and yelling and doing all that shit, I try to avoid that at all costs, especially the guy who was tailgating me. He seemed kind of like a lunatic, and I didn't know what he was capable of. But bada bing, bada boom, that fucking guy the cops fucking got his ass, and then the other day on Indian School, cops got that fucking guy too. So let's round of applause for that piece of shit. Thank you so much. Finally, justice had been served. Let's just quickly, and Ben, I hate to call you out, and Taylor doesn't even know this. So if you feel a little something biting you on the leg, or I don't know, something in your hair, it's because when Ben moved in, he brought ticks.
Mugen brought ticks. I didn't bring them.
Okay, well, you brought Mugen. And
really?
Mugen brought, okay, so hold on. Okay. So here's I come home, okay? I come home, and my mother, great woman, loving, caring, thoughtful. She leaves pillow presents. A pillow present in my family is one of the coolest fucking things. And you should do this in your family. If you've got kids or whoever you're living with, if you're out at Ross or whatever and you see something that somebody in the house that lives in the house, and you see an item and you think, you know what, Jerry would love this. You buy that thing, and then you just stick it on their pillow, and when they come home at night, or whenever they come home, they have this present on their pillow for no reason. Absolutely no reason other than you were thinking of them. You drop a little it's a really, really great way to just keep good vibes in the house. It makes you feel really special when you receive one. This woman who I'm about to talk about is the queen of pillow presents. And to anybody that's ever met my mom, they got a very interesting version of my mom, by the way. So you probably met her either at a show that I played or one of my other brothers have played, or we used to have these fucking crazy parties at my house, and you probably met my mom there. And my mom in that kind of environment is such a wonderful woman. Like, she's fun, she's probably fucking drunk as shit, and she probably got her tits are hanging out. She always had her tits hanging out. Just it is what it is. I mean, it's the truth, So my mom, everyone loves my mom, and for good reason. She's a great lady. She doesn't handle pressure very well. She gets so stirred up so fucking fast. So the introduction of ticks into this household was a massive issue. And when I got home, she was frazzled. To say the least, she was fucking frazzled. And I was like, hey, what's going on? And if I say those words to her, I have to be ready for about 20 to 30 minutes of explanation of what's going on. And in this particular instance, thank God, it didn't really have to do with me. So, yay! It didn't have to do with me. But it did have to do with my brother Ben. And my brother Ben brought his dog Mugen over here. Super cute dog. I actually helped rescue Mugen with you at the pound. He just looked like a wire brush is what he looked like. He looked like a walking fucking wire brush, and he still does. So Mugen, cutest fucking dog ever, but Ben must have had some sort of tick issue at his residence before moving here. They colonized on Mugen's body, and then they came here, and he was then introduced to my two dogs. Not introduced, but introduced into the pack, if you will. God, it sounds so good, Taylor.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, my God.
And I have mine on a gate, too, so I can just talk, and it shuts off right after.
Oh, God. Sounds so good. I can't wait to have Cam in here with his bellowing voice.
Yeah, baby.
So, anyways, Mugen basically spread these ticks to my dogs. And about a week ago, I'd say, my daughter June was in the backyard, and she was playing with my dog Olaf, and she noticed a giant thing on him and was like, I think Olaf has had one tick one other time at this old house we used to live at. And so June immediately came in and said to my mother that, or actually, I think Alina was here, which Alina is the mother. Oh, she said it to you? Are you serious? Okay, so actually, June had enough wherewithal to come and tell Uncle Benny that. Did she find it on Mugen or did she find it on Olaf? Oh, she did.
I found him on the other dogs.
Okay.
I mean, it wouldn't have been hard. All you have to do is pet him. I don't know why you guys aren't petting your dogs.
Okay, whatever. So, anyways, so that's basically how it unfolded. June was petting Mugen, found it on Mugen. That's why she came and told Uncle Benny. Then Ben went and checked my dogs, and they were covered in ticks. So what ended up happening at that point is it was a daily process of combing through hair to try to find ticks, remove them, give them tick baths, where my dogs sort of come in the doggy door and they sleep. That's like a little mat that's down there in like a little kennel type situation. That had to be washed every day. Hold on a second. Let me take a drink of water real quick. Let's see if you can hear. Let's see if this setup you can hear me drink water really good. Oh, wow. So it was days and days of this happening. The thing that I will note is that Ben lives in the podcast studio. Vice versa, we have a podcast studio where Ben lives. So we were doing the podcast here, and then Ben moved into the guest house, and so now we cohabitate. So when we found that Mugen had ticks, Mugen was all up in the space that we use for the podcast. And I'm sitting in a chair that probably had ticks. That everything in here had ticks. And probably in the carpets, everything. So it was days and days and days of nothing really happening, and I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying what happened. Ben was very busy with work. I'm not, whatever. But I noticed the days were sort of going by, and I was starting to worry about the fact that we would have humans in here to record the podcast, and people would be taking ticks home to their house. Can you hear me nice and clear?
Oh, sounds great.
Okay, so basically, I had a little bit of concern. Then Ben and I had a very adult conversation where we sat down like two adults, and we didn't throw hissy fits, and we didn't do none of that. I just said, hey, Ben, are you planning on doing something about that? And he goes, I sure am. And then I believe in the next day, you had purchased some sort of bomb type situation, and you lifted up all the cover, all the pillows and all the, what are those called? Cushions.
Oh, I vacuumed every single thing, every piece of every.
You got to talk
Cushion.
right into it.
Vacuum just about
You got to
every
talk.
bit of fiber or fabric, anything that would hide them. I even vacuumed all the. My voice sounds really good in this.
Well, it's going in and out because.
Is that me? Is that like kind of the clip thing going on? Okay,
so
I got
if
you.
don't talk,
I got you.
If you don't talk straight, you have a so when you're not
Anyway.
talking, it quiets it.
All the cords were moved, rewound, recorded. Every single thing was completely vacuumed. And I see what you're saying.
Okay. So, anyways, basically, Ben has done a very extensive job.
Thank
at
you.
Bombing and cleaning and vacuuming, and to the point where we all sort of, and even though I just felt something on my arm, and now I think it's just in my head. I think it's just in my head now, and that's okay. But I haven't seen any ticks. I haven't seen a single tick, so I feel fine with everything. So that's sort of that's sort of where we're at with that whole situation. Okay. So this is where doing a podcast solo seems kind of insane because you have to just keep it moving along, and I'm going to keep it moving along by telling you this or asking the audience this. Whoa. Oh, and by the way, like I said, we are figuring out this whole new system, so the audio sounds a little weird, and I could hear, yeah. So it's okay.
We're figuring it.
It's okay. It's okay. So, audience, why are old people walking around with their mouths open? I don't understand. I don't, do you not, is it that they don't feel their fucking mouth? I don't get it at all. I have noticed it over many years of just seeing an old guy just, this is how he is. If you're not watching the video and you're just listening, my mouth is just wide the fuck open. Just, it's terrifying looking, and all old people do it, especially old men. I don't understand what the fuck's going on, and I'd like to figure it out. If you happen to know what the reason for this is, go ahead and send me an email to dickandboonies@gmail.com. And let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Hold on, you just gotta hold it on real quick. And am I gonna be able to pull it up? Probably not gonna be able to pull it up.
Whoa.
Fuck it. So, do you know the answer? Taylor, take that thing off.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to do it right here.
What's the answer, Ben?
Old people with lazy jaw, mouth open full time. Some people lose muscle tone due to specific conditions as well as due to general aging. That can cause the face to be more lax.
Do you think that picked up, Tay Tay?
I don't think so.
That's
Try
on
it again.
Reddit, so.
Say it again.
Say it again.
Well, it says here on Reddit, some people lose muscle tone due to specific conditions as well as due to general aging. That can cause the face to be more lax.
Okay, so literally it's just muscle definition is gone. And so their jaw just hangs open. Okay, this is an unfortunate thing because it is absolutely disgusting. And I will tell you that it sort of, the way that I've felt about it my whole life is that it's just sort of terrifying looking. I never really thought it was disgusting until today. Okay, so I went to my favorite Mexican restaurant. And Ben, are you doing the switcher?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Because I'm looking at cameras. I'm looking, nobody's touching the switcher. So it's just doing one angle. You got to...
In between the cameras.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You switch like every 2 seconds, so it's a little tough.
Okay, well, fuck.
Hold for a hook.
Which camera are we on? This one over? Oh, it's blinking over here. So is that the camera?
That means the camera is on when it's red, I think, or it's blinking.
So Ben, switch off of that camera. Switch to this one. That's crazy. That's awesome.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's over here now.
Yeah.
Okay, so switch back over to this one.
Bam.
Okay, so hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Okay, so here's the deal. I was at Oscars number 3. Okay, this is on shift. At the end of my shift, I was taking my lunch. Okay, I go into Oscars number 3. I get a California burrito and a taco, and I'm getting fat. We'll talk about that in a second. But it's kind of my new regiment again. Is to get a California burrito and a shredded beef taco. It's probably about 3,900 calories. It's fine. Everything's fine. I feel kind of sick. It's okay. I'm getting fat as fuck, and it's fine. And then I'll probably after this have an entire half gallon of ice cream and Oreo cookies and milk, and it's cool. And I feel like I'm gonna die when I wake up in the morning. It's okay. So I'm at Oscars number 3, right? And I get myself a California burrito and a shredded beef taco. The order comes. I take it. Let's go over here, Ben. So I get it. We're so fucking profesh. Is it profesh?
Dude, it sounds amazing.
Okay, so now we're over here. So basically what ends up happening is when you get food, then you put it in your hand and then you walk out the door. So that's the part of the story that we're at right now, okay? So I'm walking out with my little bag and this fucking car comes just rolling at probably 1 mile per hour. Literally 1 mile per hour, making my ability to cross the parking lot to get to my truck an absolute fucking nightmare. I was like, what is happening? So he's going so slow that I'm like, is he letting me go or am I going? I didn't know what was happening. And then I looked and there was he was probably 167-year-old man with his mouth gaping open like a, and I was like, yo, bro,
It's okay.
make a fucking move. And he ended up, what he was trying to do was get to the drive-thru to Oscars number 3. But he was making it impossible for me to know what he was doing because he was going so fucking slow that it was terrifying. Because then when you see he's 167 years old, you have to ask yourself a question, is it worth it to cross? And then he fucking guns it and murders you and actually has no clue that he murdered you because he can't see. So he goes to the drive-thru, okay? He goes to the drive-thru. And I go and I sit in my truck. And so instead of eating in Oscars number 3, I like to go sit in the truck. I like to throw on a podcast, throw on some air conditioning, and eat in the truck. I've kind of got accustomed to doing this since quarantine sort of happened. And during quarantine, you weren't allowed to eat inside the restaurant, and it used to piss me off. I had to go eat it in the truck. Now I've become accustomed to it for some odd reason, and I actually prefer it. So here I am. I'm eating in the truck. Fucking old man Witherspoon. He's in the drive-thru. I sort of forget all about it until he gets his food. And old man fucking 167 cruises right around going about 1 mile per hour. And at that point, so out of the corner of my eye, I could see a car slowly moving and I look over. There he is. It's fucking 167 pulling up and he parks facing me. And this is the point that I decided that it wasn't just terrifying, but it was absolutely gut-bustingly disgusting to look at an old fucking man with his mouth wide open, because I could not take my fucking eyes off the guy, okay? I was trying desperately trying to eat my fucking burrito without staring. He decided to pull up right in front of me, so we're facing each other, and he's got his fucking black hole of a mouth gaping right into my fucking face. And so I'm sitting there and I'm just listening to a podcast. I'm just listening to a fucking podcast. I'm not, there's no video, there's nothing. All I'm doing is listening. So my eyes begin to wander. I could do nothing but stare at this guy. And he's the type of guy that you could tell the halitosis on his tongue was of a caliber that no one has ever smelled before. You could just tell that he was breathing with his mouth so wide open that it was dry. There's no moisture. How the fuck are you gonna eat? You got no moisture. You got no moisture in your mouth and you're gonna eat. Oh, and by the fucking way, he didn't eat. He did not eat. I have no clue what was happening. And I don't, maybe he's waiting for like some medication or something to like kick in or something. Maybe he was like, took a medication that makes your mouth water or something, but he literally pulled up right in front of me, gaping mouth. It's actually kind of impossible to do a good impression. Yeah, kind of looks like that. Okay. And just based on the looks, I knew, oh God, if you're in that, could you imagine being in the car? Being in the car with a man who cannot fucking close his mouth, wide open, breathing heavy, halitosis to the fucking moon and back, guaranteed, and then getting a meal and then parking in front of me, not eating it, waiting for medication to kick in. I take a 30-minute lunch. The entirety of my lunch was spent just going. I ate everything, but it was the worst meal I've had in so long because I don't really know how to explain it. It wasn't like I knew I was going to puke, but it was like hurting my stomach in a strange way. I was like, it wasn't as appetizing. It's just like I would have rather watched open heart surgery than stare at this guy's gaping fucking mouth. I would have rather seen a baby get run. No, that's not true. That's too far.
Did you think about moving?
No, I can't. Okay. Great question. I can't move. So in my truck, when you go on break, you have to, there's a tablet in the truck. And when you go off, when you click off, so to clock in and out is a tablet in the truck. So when I get to work, I hop out of my car, I jump right into my truck, I sign into the tablet, log on, basically pre-trip the vehicle, then I go and do my shit. And when you go on break, you have to log out. When you not log out, you have to clock out. When you clock out, you cannot move the vehicle. So if I would have moved the vehicle, I would have been in violation. So I couldn't move. Fuckface came right, and mind you, please understand, there was 100 other parking spots. 100 other fucking parking spots. He fucked me up when I walked out. Didn't know what was happening. I didn't know. Should I cross? Should I not? I'm like, fuck it. I forget about him. He gets his food. He parks right in front of me. Doesn't fucking eat. Just stares at me. He's not even staring at me. He was just like, he was on some good shit, I think. Because he was just like, not really, it didn't seem like much was being registered. He shouldn't have been driving. That's another fucking thing. What's happening? How in Arizona you can have a driver's license for 50 fucking years? I used to think that was cool as shit. I was like, oh, I'll never have to get another driver's license again. In Arizona, 50 years. In LA, 2 years. Every fucking 2 years you have to go in and renew your driver's license. Not in fucking Arizona. You could be, let's say, 50, get a driver's license, and then you don't ever have to renew it ever again because you're going to die. And that's unacceptable because there's men like 167 pulling up right in front of me who was on some good shit. So he's on some good shit, probably something opiate-based, right? And he's driving, which is not cool. That dries his mouth out, and he has no muscle definition in his jaw, so it's hanging wide open, halitosis, and he's waiting for his other medication to kick in so that he can eat his dinner. And so that's what was happening, and that's what I had to deal with when I was eating my lunch this afternoon. And by the way, lunch for me is at like 7 or 8 p.m. because my job's fucking cool like that. I go in at 10:30, and then I eat my lunch at the end of the day. And when people go, hey, what are you doing? And I say, I'm eating lunch, and they say it's 8:30. I say, yeah. That's just how it goes.
No one calls it dinner.
But you know why I don't call it dinner?
Because it's your lunch break.
Because it's my lunch break. Exactly. Okay. So that's that. Oh, I wanted to talk about this, and I'm glad I actually wrote this down because I thought this was really fun. So, I don't know about you guys. If there's any parents out there, this fucking pandemic has been absolutely devastating to stupid parents. And that's me. Okay? So, I am not very intellectually deep. It doesn't go very deep with me. So having to teach my children is absolutely not acceptable. And so that's just number one. And we talked about this a little bit with Chris Peeler. So Chris Peeler and I, who's the singer drummer of Fred Green, he agreed with me. We should not be allowed to be teaching our children. We have no fucking what's the fucking word? See, this is where Cam bails me out all the time. Qualifications. Certifications, qualifications, ramifications. Doesn't make sense, but it rhymes. So, I shouldn't be teaching my children, and that's just number one. Number two, I don't have the attention span to listen when all the kids check in. Oh, let me just tell you, my kids are back in school. So this is something that I was thinking about long time ago. Before the rain, before the snow. Lived a man, I know. Fucking say, bounce, surf, psycho. So, yeah, so Red Hot Chili Peppers. And so basically every single morning, June, my 8-year-old daughter, would check in with her class. Basically, they would say things that they were grateful for. And I thought this was a really cool thing. Found out immediately, kids are stupid. So it's a lot of, I'm grateful for crayons. Thanks, Billy. I'm thankful for my dog. And it goes on for about 5 minutes. And it is horribly irritating because you have to pretend like you care and you got to be involved and you got to, oh, June, what are you grateful for? Okay, so this back-to-back moment was this. I'm glad that I sort of was paying attention when this happened. So they were checking in. All the little kids were checking in. Oh, God. And we all know, right? We all know that there is, in every class, it doesn't matter if you're 8 or, 18, in every class, you have all the various types of people, right? So you got the dumb kids, me. You got the ADD kids, also me. You got the smelly kids.
Me.
Ben.
Yeah, Ben and Gordon. Gordon pooped his pants one time, a little nugget, and then he got embarrassed, and then he ran away. I can't remember the story exactly, but Gordon, you know what I'm talking about, and it's okay. You were 5, big deal. Or maybe he was older. Maybe, was he in high school? Probably not. 25? He was 25 years old. I have seen Gordon pee on the floor as a grown adult, and that was just because he was blacked out drunk, and he just peed on the floor, and that's okay. I think he might have even cleaned it up, but he may not have. I might have. Or maybe, you know what? It was one of those big parties at the house, and I believe just a straggler girl that was just sort of circling. You know how there's like stragglers that would stay late? Yeah, so Gordon peed, and I think a straggler came in, cleaned it up. didn't drink it, but just cleaned it up. And so back to the story. No matter what age group you're in, there's the fucking nerd alerts, there's the dorks, there's the the smelly kids, there's the ADD kids, so you have all the range of kids. So in June's class, same thing applies. There's a kid. Okay, Jeremy, what are you grateful for? And Jeremy is picking his nose, and you can see all these kids, by the way, too. That's the other crazy thing about this Zoom meetings. So when she asks fucking Jeremy, Jeremy doesn't necessarily know that he is the only one on the screen. So when she isolates one kid, it pops up bigger on the screen, and Jeremy is just like this, like getting deep in. He doesn't know he's being looked at, but it was like, okay, Jeremy, what are you looking for? What are you grateful for? And he's just like, and he goes, paper. And I just went, oh my God, dude. Paper. Okay. It's just been nonstop. Turtles, dumb shit like this. This kid, Jeremy, goes, paper. Then it was like, Hubert, what are you grateful for? And he knew he was sitting proper like this. He was sitting he was sitting like this in the ready position, because ready position gets you bonus points at this school. So he's ready position. He had his hair fucking Hitlered out, right? So he had the Hitler perfectly. He was, I don't know. It looked like he had like hit. I don't know. He hadn't dressed himself. He had a professional come in, dress it. This kid was fucking crisp. Every fold was. This kid looked pristine. He was glistening, right? So, what did I say? His name was Harold, Gerald, whatever. What did I say? Hubert. Okay, Hubert. Yeah, that is his name. So Hubert, and he's like this. Yes, teacher. Yes. She goes, what are you thankful for? He goes, Tesla. So back to back, we had fucking Jeremy paper, eating his own boogers and drooling. He had COVID. Like I got COVID right now. So Jeremy, paper. Then next, Hubert, crisp, everything, Hitler, Tesla. I fucking laughed out loud. June looks at me and goes, what? And I was just like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain why that was funny to me, but this kid is a fucking dork. And that's cool. And he likes Tesla. It just, he's also the same fucking kid that makes my daughter miserable because she can't ever answer a question, right? So the teacher goes, okay, 3 + 5 is anybody? And fucking Hubert's like, 8! It's like, fuck you! Shut up! Let the other kids try. He doesn't ever let anybody say. He's like, 8! Got it, Tesla.
Is he a little genius or what?
Little genius. And a little
sounds
cucks.
like the worst.
I fucking can't stand it. It's like, give the idiots, me, a shot. Let me say 6, and the teacher go, no, that's incorrect. This guy would not ever let anything fucking pass. Every time a question came up, he was like, square root of 7? And I was like, ugh, fucking Tesla kid. But I really did think that was kind of hilarious because he's 8. He had I think he's just really, he's got a lot of money, I think. His parents have a Tesla. They were probably like, yes, this actually runs on batteries and electricity, and it actually is much faster on the takeoff, and it goes 0 to 3 and or 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. It goes 0 to 3. So that kid bothers me. You know what's so funny is the older I get, the more I do believe that I'm turning into my dad. And that's not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing. I'm trying to throw you off. It's not a bad thing. My dad is an amazing guy. He's fucking hilarious. He has a really great point of view. He's not very nice when it comes to like tards and shit. Like he'll say tards. You know, that's like one that he throws around. Kind of an outdated term. I'd say probably not cool to use. But he does. And not that I'm turning into that guy, but I noticed that like dorkier kids like irritate me for some reason. I feel like they're trying to show everybody up. And that kind of is the reason why I'm such a charismatic fuck, is because I'm so dumb that I was constantly being showed up by fucking Susie and fucking Crudite and all these other fucking people. And they all want to fucking be like, you know, they're on the Oregon Trail. Back when I was fucking going to school, the Macintosh computer, the top of the line video game or whatever was Oregon Trail. And these people would fucking rule on Oregon Trail, and I would die of some sort of like snake bite in about half a day. And we were supposed to be doing Oregon Trail for like 4 months. I was out in like 1 day, and a snake bit me. I didn't have the medicine or whatever. I got some sort of virus, probably COVID. It was COVID before we even knew. And that if anybody remembers those old computers, and then after those computers, dude, they had the blue ones and the pink ones and the red ones.
The iMac.
The iMac. Dude, those were there. There might have been Brick Breaker on there.
SimCity 2000.
They had that Canon game that I liked a lot.
Yes!
I think that was the earlier computers, but I like the Canon game.
I remember
You had
that
to,
Canon
set
game.
it up and shoot it. And
Yes, Adam Hood was really good at that
touch about distance and angles. And
Yes.
It was like shooting pool, basically, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. Oh my god. I also remember we were doing a spelling test, and one of the words was cooperation, and I shit my pants.
I don't think I can spell that right now.
I know it's COO.
Yeah.
I learned that.
Co-op.
I learned that from. Oh, I guess. Okay. I always remember Cooper. It's very weird. The things that I remember from school, pointless. I remember how to spell cooperation and the Oregon Trail. That's pretty much what I remember. Also, I remember that all my friends had a shit ton of leg hair, and I didn't have any. And they also got pubes before me, and their dick also grew a lot faster than mine. So I always thought that there was something wrong with me, right? Because all my friends had pubic hair, and they had lots of leg hair, and their voices dropped way before me. And then I had fucking Susan over here killing it in Oregon Trail, making me feel like a real piece of shit. And then this fucking kid says Tesla. So fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Let my daughter get a couple of answers wrong just to feel like she's a part of the class. That's the one thing that I did not particularly enjoy. The other thing is that here's the rules, okay? As a parent, you're supposed to be there with your child. Now, if you weren't there with your child, fuck you. Because I had to do it, you needed to be there too. And the reason why you needed to be there is because kids don't know how to fucking use the mute button properly. So when you're not talking, you gotta be on mute. And those little fucking kids never put themselves on mute. So you just hear them talking the whole goddamn time. And the teacher's like, could you be on mute? You gotta be on mute. She's constantly having to be like, you're on mute. And then I wanted to be like, hey, dad, mom, whoever's not in the room right now, you need to help your kid. I had to fucking do it. You got to do it too. I'm not smart. I don't know what's going on, but I was there. At least I was there, and I was on my phone. I was probably on Tinder. That's probably where I was. Probably on Bumby, right? A little Tindy Bumby action. But I was there. If June has ADD just like me. ADHD. Oh, no. She's got ADHD just like me. She's actually on medication now.
Oh boy.
Kind of makes her, I don't know, a little bit different. That's a
bitchy?
It's just kind of more robotic, less enthusiastic, you know? And that was the one thing that sort of it's not so drastic at this point because they have her on such a limited amount of medication. But I will tell you this, the Adderall, she's on Adderall. That's what it is, like a kid version. There's no kid version. What am I talking about? But she's on a small dose of Adderall. The Adderall you get is like an adult, is like a capsule with a whole bunch of little balls in it. Yeah. This is like a little circular blue pill that we actually break them in half. So it's like stepping her up. Because the majority of her problem is that she is not really understanding the information, and then she's just like over here. She's not paying attention. Then she gets in trouble. Then she feels stupid. Then she cuts her hair, and it's like a whole fucking thing.
I mean, she's probably just not interested in anything.
She's not. She's so brilliant in so many other ways.
I mean, that's how I was in school.
Me too.
I mean, I wasn't interested in what they were teaching, but when I'm interested in something, I learn the fuck out of it. You know, and I don't know if that's ADD or just being in a world full of constant fucking bullshit that you have to learn that you shouldn't.
That's probably true. So I don't express this to my children. I talk a lot about this to my mom especially, and she's like, "You're not telling the children this," because I don't believe wholeheartedly in the traditional educational system. I never have, and I never fucking will. The reality is I just need to get my kids through school, support them the whole way. I just need June to learn how to read and write and do like basic mathematics. That's really all that's necessary, because I know that the majority of the things that I have learned have taken place in my adulthood. And the reason why the things that I have accumulated knowledge-wise is because I fucking want to know about something. So if I want to know about it, I'm going to spend the time. Our brains are designed to sort of learn in that way, not to just do something repetitively over and over and over again for a test and then it's gone the next second. Basically, the best way to do something is, first of all, doing it, practicing it. So when we were cavemen, they didn't know how to build a bridge or whatever. They had to just go out there and fucking figure it out and fail. And then eventually they figured out the best way to build this little wooden bridge, you know, and then they share that with their son and their, you know, that's the way to learn, right?
I think we look at school in the wrong way too. I don't have any kids, but
you will.
Yeah, eventually. It's school is just for socialness. Like it is for learning, but it's like a social. It's for kids to learn how to be social and have social skills.
And you know what? That is the one thing that I truly loved about the Montessori school that my oldest daughter went to, because a lot of the skills that they learned it was Arcadia Montessori was well, they did learn how to hammer a nail into a stump. That was one thing. I guess that's just for like dexterity and like accuracy,
hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, hand-eye coordination, whatever. Being able to hang a picture in your house or whatever. They learned how to pour it because she was 5. She was kindergarten or preschool, and they're teaching the kids how to. Yeah, a lot of it's hand-eye coordination. Yeah. Pour into cups, like using
fine motor
pitcher.
Skills.
Tons of that shit, and all the mathematics, all the reading was done in. I'm not gonna because I'm gonna misspeak, but it was a little bit more like aesthetically done. It was more about a visual, and the math was a more visual type situation. It was more hands-on. Everything was more hands-on, and I think that really benefited my daughter going forward. June, on the other hand, didn't sort of get that kind of thing. June also has a bit of like learning challenges that she's having to overcome that are beyond like a normal child. So she has to deal with that frustration of feeling like she's stupid when she's not. And she just is dyslexic, and she learns like in a different way. And it isn't until she learns these new we have an intervention now at her new school, which is really fucking cool. There is a woman who for 20 years has been dealing with dyslexic children and giving them new ways to sort of, they have to go very, very slow. They told me that she was going to be, so June's in 2nd grade. She said the program that she is on right now is going to take her all the way up through 5th grade. And there's like 12 levels, but you only get through like one level every 3 or 4 months. It's a very, very long process. And it was the first time in my entire like life with this girl, my daughter June, that I finally felt like she was actually getting some help. And a little bit, because there's just always this bit of anxiety that sort of rests with June because she's so brilliant. She's so funny. She's, really positive and like outgoing, and she's friendly, and she can easily go to a park and be like the one kid who like everyone's playing with. She doesn't have any of those issues, but she's not able to. She turns letters. She reads things backwards. She writes things backwards, and because of that, she thinks she's stupid. And so she comes home, and I'm like, so how was your day today? And she says, it was horrible. And I go, why? And she goes, because I'm stupid. And everyone thinks I'm stupid. And like, so it was like years of having to like choke that down and just be like, you're not stupid, June. You are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Don't worry about it. And just sort of guiding her through that process. And then I will say this publicly, wide open to the 70 people that listen to this podcast. Fuck Echo Canyon. That school can go suck a fat cock and choke it down and fucking fuck you is what I'm trying to say. If you need any special assistance, you could try and try again, and they're not going to help you at all. But she's now at this other school, Veritas, and this Great Heart School.
Is that up on 56?
Yeah, right there on 56th
yeah.
Street. Okay, so this school is, first of all, there's like weight. It's a full-on private school. It's a full-on private school without private school cost. So you just have to wait a lot longer. They wear uniforms. Their books and all that shit like costs extra money. But like when the pandemic whole situation happened, you went down there, they give you a fucking laptop. Like they give you you don't even have to have your own laptop. They give you a laptop not to keep.
Is it a charter school or kind of?
It's like a charter school. It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of it. So, hey Ben, will you give me a water, please? Thank you so much. I'm not trying to like boss you around. I just really need a water.
This was the problem with the last guy. So the last guy left.
Okay, so yeah, I'm such an asshole, man. Give me that fucking thing. Give me that motherfucker. Get out of here. All right. Yeah, watch the camera. Mugen's like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm finally feeling comfortable because she's got like this intervention plan, which is really cool. This woman seems to be like on top of it. I've already like received emails. Like, thank God something's finally happening. And the other thing is like the Scottsdale School District itself has so many fucking flaws in it. And it's all coming to the forefront when you have a child that has some learning challenges. I'm not going to say disabilities because it's not really a disability. I don't truly believe any of those things that are quote unquote disabilities are disabilities. They're just challenges, and often you can not only overcome them, or maybe not overcome them, but you can find a solution to figuring out how to navigate life. It's not a disability. It's just a fucking challenge that I truly believe, and I'm burping, so all the sincerity, gone. I had a really good thing going on, burped right in the middle of it, sincerity, gone. So, long story short, the guy said Tesla, and you're a dork. Moral of the story?
Fucking Hubert.
Hubie, you're a dork. Fucking answer the question and say bubble gum next time. Tesla? Dude, explain Tesla to me. Hubert, could you? Could you explain Tesla? No. You just fucking thought it was cool to say it because you wanted to fucking be cool. And guess what? You're not gonna go to prom probably. I can almost guarantee, dude, you're not going to go to prom. Or if you do go to prom, it's going to be with the second chair trumpet player, and she's probably wants to be there with me. That's actually what ends up happening, buddy. You make me look like a fool, and then the second chair trumpet player, that's who you go to prom with, but she's always looking over at me because I look fun as shit. I'm kind of fun. I'm kind of loud. I probably brought in a little bit of alcohol, so you know I'm buzzing. She wants to buzz, dude. You're not buzzing. She wants to buzz, so she flutters over here. She talks to me, and actually, she's looking really good. On prom, second chair trumpet, she's looking actually pretty juicy that night. All of a sudden, she's got tits. You didn't think she had tits, but she does have tits. She's been hiding them because she goes to church every single day, and let me tell you something, they don't want to see tits unless you're the old guy at the church that I went to. He really liked tits. He was the guy who loved tits. If you remember that episode with my dad, there was a guy at the church I went to. He liked to hug the little girls because he liked to feel their breasts. So anyways, second chair trumpet, she's always going to be looking over at me. Always going to be looking over at me because I'm the dumb fucking guy, right, that likes to cut a rug. You know, I like to cut loose, cut a fucking rug, and guess what? I probably have a little bit of Jack Daniels in a flask, and I'm fun, and you're not. But guess what? He probably has a really good job. I, however, live with my parents. And so at this point, like at 35 years old, he's looking really good because he probably actually works at the Tesla factory. And guess what? He's probably pulling like 120 to 150. I make about 30. So, and I buy a lot of equipment for this podcast. Usually I have another guy here. He's fucking not here. It's falling apart. Everything's falling apart, even though it does sound really crispy. And I appreciate, and I do have people that are still fucking here. That's the craziest thing about all this. Let me tell you something. I'm feeling it right now. I'm starting to get it. I feel really fortunate that anyone would ever take the time out of their lives to help facilitate this thing that I have created, which is this stupid fucking podcast, but it seems to be something that people enjoy, so I'm going to keep doing it. And you know why I'm really going to keep doing it? Because I fucking enjoy it. It's the one time in the week that I actually get to decompress, talk about the guy who tailgated me, show the video. Ben, you want to go ahead and switch to that one right there? Yeah. Hey, I'm over here. Okay, so there we are. So we're getting it. We're getting it. We're getting it. Ben's he gets caught up in the story. And that's okay. I'm a great storyteller. It's fine. I'm okay with that. But what I'm trying to say is that I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to like be here and do this. It really does. I may not tell you guys, but it makes me feel good, especially you, Taylor, because like not a lot impresses you. And like the fact that you keep showing up every week is like just a testament to the fact that it makes me feel good. It just makes me feel good. And I appreciate you guys. And let me go ahead and switch to this one, Ben. You're going to have carpal tunnel after this. You're going to have carpal tunnel. Taylor was already complaining a little bit about it. Okay. Okay. I understand that this is a little bit of a harsh episode. I'm the guy who's just cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Cam comes in. He smooths it out. He's got a deeper voice. He's actually a lot funnier and wittier than me. It's okay. He's coming back. They're not going to do a lot of these single episodes unless you guys really like it. Then maybe I'll do another podcast. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. But what I'm trying to say is that we need a little bit of support. We need to band together as a community because at this point, we just need to spread the word right here in the Phoenix, Scottsdale, Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler. Like, let's get it rolling, baby. Tell a friend. Subscribe to the fucking podcast, please. It really, it doesn't take much. There's not much of an effort. And it really does help us because the more you subscribe, the more you like the stuff that we post, the more it gets up in the algorithm. And I know I say the word algorithm a lot because that's the only word I know. It's the only one. I don't know what else to say about that. But we would really appreciate a little bit of an extra push. And if we can get a little bit of an extra push, we're going to start a Patreon. That way that we can actually do some extra content for those who are really into it. But I don't really see a point of doing it until we get a little bit of a fan base going. And based on this podcast, it ain't going to happen because I got to have my number 2 over here. But I hope, I hope this is at least making a little bit of sense. Can you guys just like, share, subscribe? Could you just like, share, subscribe, please? The other thing is we need to fucking stick together. If this guy over here has a landscape company, and he posts a picture of this beautiful thing that he created, and it gets 6 likes, that shit irritates me. How many people scroll right past that fucking thing and don't put a like on there? Put a like on there.
That's everything I do.
Yes, Taylor. It's a perfect, you know what? And that's fucked up.
I don't do it for myself, though. I do it for other people's.
Right, but you know what? The problem with that is that the stuff that you create is amazing. And it's worth fucking acknowledging. And the fact that people just scroll right past this.
They see it though.
They see
They
it.
see it.
Of course, they see it.
Just don't like it.
They don't like it. They don't fucking comment on it. They don't say, "Wow, Taylor, this is really cool." They don't say shit. Dude, I look at... Oh, let's see who that is. Hold on a second. Bumble. Okay, hold on. One new match.
Oh, shit.
Let's check it out.
You take a screenshot. You can screenshot and send it to me, and I can put it up on the
Okay,
screen.
I will. Okay, I'll cut out her. I'll cut out her name.
Yeah.
But let's screenshot it so you guys can
I don't
see.
know how if that's
Let's-
legal, but they're
probably-
they're on Bumble, right? It's public.
Oh, what?
No match.
Oh, yes. Okay, it's coming through. It's coming through. Oh, wow. Oh my God. I just want you guys to see the caliber that I'm working with here. Oh.
Oh, it's a grinder one.
That was my Grinder app. He's cute. He's a patoot toot. Oh, she's... Holy shit, bro. Okay, here, I'm going to send you this. Okay.
Yeah,
This is the caliber
this
that
is
I'm
great.
working with right now. And you know what? I don't know if you can zoom in on this, but she definitely has a wedding ring on her hand on the bottom picture. I'm going to send it to you right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Here, I'm going to send it to you, Tay Tay. Coach Tay. Coach Taylor, if you have any video editing things that you need done, like if you are doing a cooking show or you want to teach how to pave a carport and you want to have like a nice, crisp, perfect fucking 4K video with perfect audio and like the best thing you've ever seen, hit up Taylor. Fucking hit him up. And you'll put a video out, and guess what? You get 200 views on it, and ain't a goddamn person gonna like that video because nobody fucking does that. Okay, so here, let me send this to you. Yeah, I'm making sure it doesn't have her. I'm making sure it doesn't have her name.
I'll just zoom it in.
Yeah, zoom it in on her hand, cause that kind of shit bothers the fuck out of me. Why would you?
This is what I'm talking about. Now we got action.
Okay,
The grimy stuff.
okay, here we go. Let me see what her name is though. Gracie Grammy Goo forgets her name is Sam. So I'm gonna just guess that she's transgender, and that's okay. I've always kind of wanted to suck a dick, but that's a joke. That's a joke, and that's a joke for Rick Polensky, and he's a family member of mine that I didn't know listened to the podcast. And what?
Are you ready?
Is it? Can you want to pop it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it zoomed in? Can you zoom it in? Or you could see her first. Go ahead and take a look at it.
You can see it. Yeah, I can actually.
Is that a wedding ring?
It's an engagement ring.
Yeah, that's a engagement ring.
Isn't
for
that
sure.
interesting?
She looks like Ivanka Trump.
She's not ugly.
No, she's
Is that the same girl in both the pictures though? I don't think so. Is this a Sean?
I don't know.
That's unique.
What? Oh, her nose is a little crooked. Yeah.
Oh, are you trying to find the?
Yeah.
Here, let me take here. Here's another picture. Should we blur out their faces?
I don't think it matters. I mean, it's just like we're looking at.
Yeah, I mean it's a public platform, right?
Oh shit, I don't want my stuff on there.
What stuff?
My text messages that are up.
Oh, did they see it?
Oh, they can.
Here, I'm gonna send you. This is another girl. You can zoom in on something else. This is the girl I matched with like a couple days ago. Do you see her? She does not have small tits. She's got big, juicy jugulinities.
That's like my girlfriend right there.
Is it?
Yeah, she got big ones like that.
She got big old milkies.
That is my girlfriend. Oh fuck.
God damn it!
Richard.
I won't hook up with her.
Thanks.
So yeah, that just happened. Bumby just came in. What the fuck? What were we talking about, boys? What was I? No, before Bumble got me.
Your kids?
Yeah, maybe. That could be.
You're talking about everyone helping each other out.
Yeah. Tanner Landscape Creations.
Yeah. That just came to mind. No, but I mean, here's the thing. If we're not going to support each other at all, what's the fucking point of doing like the social media thing now has a bit of a purpose. We're all old enough to where, like, I guess you show pictures of your kids. you put out your political leanings, which is so fucking goofy to me. Those posts go bananas. Everyone's fucking going nuts about anything political. There's like a thread, like 150 comments deep. And then somebody puts out a post about something that means everything to them. It's their livelihood. It's something that they actually care about, that they are able to do for a living. Nobody's liking it. Nobody's there. You know Eric Wearsome? Okay, so Eric Wearsome,
We gotta get him on the show.
I would love to have him on. You said he listens to the podcast, or he just sees my posts and stuff. Well, anyways, Eric Wearsome is also another person that it baffles me. Does he make his own memes, or does he steal them and post them?
Find some good stuff. A lot of them come through our text messages.
But does he make the memes himself?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought he was trying to get in the meme game. Is that? Oh, it's not true.
Sure he doesn't.
Okay. Well, then I don't feel as bad, because I thought he was getting on the meme bus. And memes are fucking. By the way, memes are not easy to make.
I made a meme.
Okay. But I mean, like, ooh, hell yeah, that's a classic podcast thing. That's the shit. Hey, I got a pimple on my ass crack.
I'm having a lot of fun doing this, actually.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
enjoying the new position.
Okay. Is that just already programmed in, or is that on your computer?
No, I just went to my instant soundboard, and there's a bunch.
Okay,
All
okay.
kinds of stuff in here. I got.
Okay. Ben's meme is this. It's a picture of Donald Trump, then below that's a picture of Biden, then Trump, then Biden, then Trump, then Biden. And it goes, so the very top one goes, knock, knock, that's Trump.
Can you send it to me?
Yeah. I'm going to send it to you right now.
Dude, we're perfesh.
Okay, we're doing profesh stuff.
Yeah.
God, the beginning of this episode was rocky. But now we're getting in. We got the levels right. And I got COVID.
Cute.
Okay. Did it send?
Waiting.
Okay, it's coming. This is hold on a second. Okay, so this is what I mean by memes. God damn it, Ben. Okay, so I just looked up and I just stared right down the barrel of my brother's butthole, because his pants were down and he was staring his little chocolate starfish right into my face, and I could taste it. I could smell it and taste it, and he's only about 15 feet. So this is what I mean. Did you put it up there?
I haven't got it yet.
Okay, you haven't?
No.
You didn't get it? God, I should just airdrop it to you, huh?
Yeah.
Next time I will.
Now it's coming through.
Is it coming through now? This is a classic. Ben, this is not a good meme.
Right?
So this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Bullshit ever.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking
I
about.
fucking made it though.
You did make it. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you, but this is what I'm saying. Tank Sinatra isn't a fucking millionaire for no reason. The dude makes these amazing memes that are every single one is a home run, and they're not easy to make funny. Did you get Tay Tay?
No.
No? Oh, the internet. It's because the blue bar has not completed. God damn. All right. So it's coming. And once you get it,
Throw it up.
you'll throw it up. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about, and then we'll get out of here. I don't know how long we've been going. It doesn't fucking matter. I am getting sick and tired of dealing with asshole chefs. If you're a chef, you gotta stop. You gotta stop treating delivery people like shit. You gotta stop treating your staff like shit, because it's not a good look, bro. And this is what happened to me. And again, because of the level of the podcast, I'm going to just go ahead and say the name of the business that I don't think any of y'all should be going to. Ben, will you cut to this camera over here, please? Thanks. There is a restaurant called the Pepper Mill. And I believe it's in Tempe or Chandler or something of that nature. It's somewhere around. Did you ever get that text? Okay, throw it up. Bam! Is it up? Okay, so here's knock knock.
You look at it, it gets funnier.
Okay, Ben, can you do
Biden?
no, do Trump. Do Trump's voice. Let's hear you do Trump's voice. I'll be Biden.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cat. Fuck! Is that what that's supposed to be?
It's just a gasp.
Okay, so you're saying
And it's not, hey, this is
Bipartisan, my friends. I'm not picking a side here. You see, it's peaceful. It's trying to bring unity.
unity. That is you, dude. We know which way you lean.
I love Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch the debate last night?
No, I was working.
It's a fucking shit show, but we shouldn't talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, actually, you know, my mom got me a little chatty about politics last night because she's very pro, I guess, Democrat, Biden, very much left-leaning person, and I am not. I'm right in the middle. And people hate that shit. And really what it comes down to me is, can you just be a good person? Can we just like follow guidelines that are put in place? Like people who are anti-maskers that think that their rights are being taken away. And it's like everyone's thinking too much about what's happening. Let's just go, there is a virus, or even if there isn't a virus, everyone is, or at least we're being told that there is this virus that is killing all these fucking people, which it is, okay? Because there is proof and evidence about that. Now, how it's being documented might not be totally accurate. That's
You just went way left there, didn't you?
no. What I'm saying is like, can you just fucking follow the guidelines? Nobody's fucking taking your rights away, you fucking moron. Just be respectful. Judy over here is 300 pounds overweight. She's got a heart condition. She's terrified, and she's got to go to the grocery store. So your fucking anti-masking ass walks in there with no fucking mask on, even though the whole world has decided that we should be wearing masks, and she's terrified. Now, that just makes you an asshole. That's all it does. You being like, no one's going to take my rights away. Nobody's trying to take your fucking rights away. Just be a good person. That's my political leaning. It's not left or right or whatever. It's not even in the middle. I don't even give a shit. All I want is to be able to buy a house, and I need to get a fucking loan. So whatever that means, I lean that way. So let's get a little bit more lenient with the loans, even though we were so lenient with loans that now we're $22 trillion in debt. You know, fuck, man. I'll pay the note. I just got to get out of my parents' house because fucking that guy who works at Tesla and makes $150,000 a year makes me look like a total dipshit because I'm living at my parents' house. What were we talking about? Dude, this is so good.
We're like a morning radio show now.
It's just boing. Whoa! Okay, final point, and we'll get out of here. And guess what? Thank you guys for bearing with the. I know it sounds good as fuck, but like the other audio things, the fact that my brother doesn't know how to fucking pick an angle, we're gonna get there. It's fine. So, you know I'm giving you shit because it's funny, right? It's not because I'm actually being serious. Okay. It's all for effect. It's all love. Final point. Cam will be here on the next episode. I believe we have a guest lined up. Everything's so up in the air right now. Taylor can't record. I don't know what's happening, but we're going to get it done. And there's going to be an episode provided every week. No matter how we have to do it, it's going to happen. I know we are supposed to release on Wednesday. I do apologize for that. Cam has kind of been going through some things at home. Final point. The pepper mill. Listen up. Listen up, bro. I got to get a check from you because you're not paying your bills. Okay? You're not paying your bills. We can't give you a line of credit. That's basically what happens. Okay? So you're not paying your bill. I got to collect a check, which means I got to wait for you to get there. You weren't fucking there when I went to deliver, right? So this is what happens. You wasn't there. He had his other staff in there that couldn't write a check. And that's irritating as fuck. And quite frankly, I could have left. Because it's not my job to sit around for 20, 30, fucking 40 minutes, an hour to wait for your fucking ass to get there to write me a check. I can show up. If you don't have payment, I can take it, put it right back on my truck, take it to the returns dock, and listen, you're going to get it the next day. But because I'm such a sweet guy, can't you tell? I waited, okay? So I waited on this guy, the chef, at the pepper mill, okay? And I was there for 30 minutes waiting, which means every minute that I wait means that the next run of stops that I have to do, I'm now 30 minutes behind because of you. Okay? So out of the kindness of my heart, I waited because I believe that you probably needed that product. And because I was a chef for so many years, I know that if you don't have the product, it's a real pain in the ass. You got to run to Albertsons. You got to get a fucking not as good caliber of a product. It's a total fucking... So I waited, right? I waited for you. 30 minutes. And then I believe it even went to 40 minutes. Okay? And then you pulled in the parking lot. You saw me and I was like, "Hey, there you are. Hi." And you're like, right? You back in. The reason why you were late is because you were shopping at another place for like all your like I guess shelf stable items, because there was a lot of cans and there was a lot of like plastic wrap and shit like that, right? You knew that I was there waiting because your staff called you, right? You knew that I was waiting. Your entire truck was full of non-perishable items, and you went ahead and unloaded your entire truck before even acknowledging that I was there, okay? So now the Sicilian rage was boiling deep within my loins, and you are so fucking lucky I was working, because I would have fucking taken your Achilles tendon right out and I would have wrapped it around your neck, right? I would have taken your Achilles tendon. I would have, right at the bottom, just sharp knife. It would have snapped up. Whack! I would have grabbed it and I would have fucking wrapped it around your neck and I would have hung you from the rafters. That's how fucking annoyed I was by you knowing that I was there to make a delivery. I waited 30 to 40 fucking minutes, and then you unloaded your entire truck of non-perishable items. Non-perishable items. Please understand what I'm saying. Okay? Non-perishable. And you went ahead, and then I go inside.
Fuck you.
I went inside, and I was completely sweet. I said, "Hey, how you doing, chef?" And you were a complete fucking asshole. You said to me, "I shouldn't have to write a check. I shouldn't have to do this. I shouldn't have to do that. I got another truck coming." And by the way, the other truck that was coming was me 2 hours later. Just FYI. I know that doesn't make sense because I didn't explain it right, but I do 2 rounds of fucking deliveries. On my first round of deliveries, I had a delivery there. And then on my second round of deliveries, I had a delivery there. On the second round, the guy was there, so he was like on top of it, but he was like, "I'm waiting on another truck. I don't want to pay the check right now. I got another product coming, blah, blah, blah." I go, "Bro, I've been waiting 40 minutes. You just unloaded your entire truck while I was sitting right there." And I said it really nice. I said, "You just unloaded your whole truck." And I was sitting there the whole time. Like, you knew I needed the check. So, like, I can't leave any of the product without a check. So, do you want me to leave or... What do you want? No, I didn't do that. I was like, I can leave, but so fuck that place. And yeah, this was weird. Thank you guys. That was really fucking fun, actually. I'm sweating a little bit. I feel like there wasn't that much of a lull. Did we get close to an hour?
Just about there.
Yeah, I think we're
Did we get an hour?
just about an hour. I think so.
Okay. And Mugen is right here. This is the culprit, everyone. He is the wire brush.
Those bumps are scabs.
Is he in frame?
Yeah.
Aw. Okay, so this is Mugen. If you're watching, and if you're listening and you're like, "I want to see what Mugen looks like," we have a YouTube channel. You can also watch every single episode of the Dick and Boonies podcast right on YouTube. You'll put it into the search bar and it won't come up, but go ahead and hit enter. It does pop up. So I got Moogie here. He is such a sweetheart, and we saved him. Yeah, that's what Mugen sounds like. Sounds like a fucking cat, even though he's a dog. So we saved him from the pound. He was going to be murdered. We saved him from being murdered, and then he brought Tix over. So thank you for that, Mugen. You little asshole. And then, but he's so sweet, and he's, oh, look at his paws. Okay, thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Dick and Boonies podcast. We'll see you again next time, next week. We don't really know what day it's going to be dropped. Hopefully on Wednesday. Hopefully we'll get it back to every Wednesday. I don't know. Cam should be here too. I don't know. I'm out of here. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We can't believe you stuck it out. We can't believe you had no doubt. Thank you for tuning in. We will see